Hello everyone, Donald the Dark Green LNER and LMSE2 here. So I'm back again with a Mid-Sodor Railway video. This one is going to be a casting call. So I have all the characters all lined up and I just need some voice actors for them. So first up we have Duke the Lost Engine. He has a very old accent, so if you you have to do an old accent for him. So, if you think you can audition a line for him, then you can voice him. Our number 2 on the list is Smudger. Now, Smudger has a very, cool accent, like, "Listen, Dookie, who worries about a few spills?" So if you think you guys can do that accent for an audition, you can do that too. Just make sure that that it's just the right accent for him. It's okay if it's not right, but just try to match that accent for him. If you guys. Alright, number 3 we have Falcon, who is also known as Sir Handel. So Sir Handel has a very nice accent, and if you want to do his accent, then just do an audition for him, and whichever one is the best one for him, I'll choose that person to be the voice actor. Our number 4 is Stuart. Now, Stuart also has the same personality as Falcon, but he's nicer. So if you guys can do a good accent for him, then you are most likely welcome to do it. So just make sure that you have a perfect accent for him. It's okay if you don't, but just try your best to match that accent for him. Our number 5 is Jerry. Now Jerry, I don't know what kind of accent you should do for him, but maybe he has a old accent too, but here, I'm gonna try an accent for him. "Ah, Duke, just in time. We were just discussing about what we were gonna do with Smudger." That feels like a good accent for him. So if you think you can match that accent, then just do an audition and you can do it. Going to our number 6 is Jim. Now Jim has also a cool accent. So here's my accent of him, and if you guys want to do him, you can. So here's my accent of him. "Well, Stuart and Falcon were all sold off to private railways on the mainland." That's just my accent of him. And no, Stuart and Falcon actually weren't sold off to private owners. They were just sold off to something like called a mine or something like that. So, yeah. If you guys want to do him, go right ahead. Next one, number 7, is Tim. Tim is the only tram engine here, and I'm gonna do him, and myself, I'm gonna do him. So here's my accent of him. "I don't care. I always try my best, whenever it comes to work." So that's my best accent of him. So I'm gonna do. Next one is number 8, and the only female engine here, Miss Sodor, or Minnie, as they would call her. Minnie is like the mine engine. So if you guys can, so this one's a girl, so I'm gonna have a girl voice, a girl YouTuber to voice Miss Sodor or Minnie. So if any of the girls on YouTube know how to do a Miss Sodor accent, then go right ahead. Just do an. Next one is number 9, Bertram. Now Bertram has a very nice accent. So here's my accent of him. And we all know what happens when other engines do tend to get into other accidents, but just be aware of that. So if you guys think you can do a good accent for Bertram, then go right ahead. Number 10, we have Andreas. Andreas has some voice lines, so I'm going to review them. to make sure that if you guys want to do him.
An engine that small, he's no more than an inspection engine. If I'm to be your express engine, I thought you to treat me with a bit more urgency. I shouldn't think I need to prove myself. After all, if you engines could handle your express, I wouldn't be here. If that were the case, your manager would have brought an engine of a similar size to the rest of you. He obviously doesn't think any of you engines can handle an express train. What sort of complaint, sir? With respect, sir, that's nonsense. I always leave right on time, not a moment sooner or later. What sort of complaint, sir? With respect, sir, that's nonsense. I always leave right on time, not a moment sooner or later.
So yeah, if you think you can do an accent of him, then you're welcome. Into number 11, we have John. Now, John's a very unusual character, but because we haven't seen him much in the series, nor has he appeared in very much episodes. I only see him in Trains episodes. And, here's my accent of him. Well, I actually, don't mind the snow that much. And yeah, the only episodes I did see him in was in Stanley Stalker, Smudger and the Magic Mirror, Snow Way Home, and there's also more that I can't really name of. I did see him in the Ghostly Lamp from Renee's Reductions train series with Proteus was the ghost. I saw him there in the story. So there. Most of the credit will go to Renee's Productions and Daylight 3 for those things. So yeah, if you guys want to do an accent of him, go right ahead. Number 12 is Albert. Albert is the same class as Falcon, however he has a very different personality. He's very rude sometimes, and here's my accent of him. I will handle the train my way. I don't have to take advice from anyone. So yeah, if you think you guys can do an accent for him, then you can go right ahead and do it for him. Now we go on to Stanley the Red American Tank Engine. Now here's my very best accent for him. Here it is. Listen, Dookie, how in God's name do you have me on suffering like this? So yeah, if you guys want to do a good accent for him, then that's your choice. You can go right ahead. But actually, I actually got a voice actor for him. It's my best friend Michael. He's gonna try. He said he wants to try to voice Stanley. So yeah, that's just a little hint to help him. Next up, we have Alfred. Alfred is also an American, but since he doesn't have an accent, I'm gonna do him, and I'll make one up for him. Well, I know I haven't been on the railway for long, but, I'm trying my best to get everything done. That's just my best accent of him, so, yeah. Next up, we have Jennings. Now, Jennings is like the same class as Renee's. And yeah, if you guys want to do an accent of him, go right ahead. But my best accent for him is, Smudger's been talking too much to John, and it needs to stop. I don't know why they're even talking to each other. They should just be enemies. I don't even know why they're doing this to each other. And this is just not great. So yeah, if you guys want to do it, go right ahead. Now next up, we have Victor. Here's the voices for him.
Of course, sir. Anything for you. I will do my very, very best. We all will.
Sorry, boss!
I'm sorry, sir. Very slippy hook. Do you have a job to do, or are you just going to stand here gossiping? You're taking up a lot of track. He's all silver steam and bossy boiler, that one. Sir, I have come to meet an engine I have not seen for a very long time. His name is Luke.
So yeah, if you guys think you can do some accents for him, go right ahead. Next engine that I think is the cutest, Luke. Now, here are the voices.
Good morning, friend. Is that it? I can pull that easily. Is that it? I can pull that easily. You've got a smudgy face. You've got a smudgy face. That's okay, friend. Off you go.
So if you guys can do a good accent for Luke, then that's your choice. Next one, we have Skarloey in blue. I decided to make this as his mid-Sodor form, since I know he's not from the mid-Sodor, but I decided to make him into one, just pretend he is. So, he has an old accent too. Same with Rheneas, but I'll get to him in a second. So yeah, if you guys think you can do a good accent for Skarloey, you can voice him. Next one is Rheneas. Now, like I mentioned when I was talking about Skarloey, he does also have an old accent. So if you guys can do an old accent for him, then yes, that is your choice. So that's just the thing for when I start my mid-Sodor series. So yeah. Next up is the only diesel in game, Rusty. Now for Rusty, he has some kind of like a Yun accent. But if you guys can do a good accent for Rusty, then yes, you can do it. Just make sure that it's the right accent. Next up is Mr. Rock'n'Roll Duncan. So now if you guys can do a very good Scottish accent for Duncan, then you can do him. Here's my accent of him. Mr. Percival's trying to kill us. That's just my good accent for him. So yeah, there you have it. So if you want to voice him, just send me a text on Discord or on YouTube. Up we have Mighty Mac. Now Mighty Mac is 2 engines. So whoever wants to voice Mighty Mac will have to voice Mighty and Mac. But it's okay if you can't, because I'm not gonna get mad. But I'm just trying to do your best accents for them. And Little Giant is also the same class as for them. So we'll give them the same. Our next one is Little Giant. And like I said with Mighty Mac, they are the same class. So I'm gonna name this one Little and this one Giant. So I know they're kind of separate, but I don't really care. But if you guys can do some good accents for them, then go right ahead. And like I said for Mighty Mac, whoever's doing them will do the both. So yeah. Our next one is Fearless Freddy. Now Freddy has a very good and very great accent. So if you guys think you can do a good accent for him, try your best. It's okay if you can't, because I'm not going to complain. But overall, I think you guys will do well for him. Next up, we have and last but not least, we have Rusty's Ghost, also known as Steamer. Now, if you guys can do a ghost accent for him, then that's your choice. But here's my accent of him. Help me, please. So yeah, if you guys can do a ghost accent for him, then go right ahead. Alright everyone, well that's it. So now you got the casting call. So if you guys want to do the characters, then go right ahead.